Hey YouTube land, this is Tycranders doing another toy review. Now this is for something that I picked up off on eBay, and I only picked up one of the figures from this set, which is this figure, and it's from the San Diego Comic-Con 2017 Hasbro Evolutions or Revolution set, which is like a big box set that they did for San Diego Comic-Con just past, which came with a whole bunch of kind of different characters from, was it Microman? Or Micronauts? Sorry, Micronauts. Rom the Space Robot. G.I. Joe. Mask. This particular figure, who is from Visionaries, Transformers. There's like a large combination crossover kind of thing that they're trying to pull off at the moment. Basically like the Marvel universe, except it's like a Hasbro universe kind of thing. So the figure that I picked up is the leader of the Spectral Knights from Visionaries, called Leoric. Here is his staff. So he comes with three accessories, two weapons, well, a staff, a weapon, and a base, and then the figure itself. And he also comes with a removable helmet, just like his original figure. So before I get into the figure itself, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in my original, so you can see the size comparison between him and the original. The originals were done in a larger scale. They were made by Hasbro, but they were done in a larger scale to G.I. Joes. They were similar construction. They were basically the same construction as G.I. Joe, but they were a larger, kind of more 5-inch scale. Let's see if I can get it in the light. You see the line emblem that he has. The one on this new figure, which I really like, is more cartoon accurate to the one that came on the original figure, and the same is with his power staff. Now I don't have the original actual weapon from the original, so if I can just get it into the light, hopefully you can see that on camera. You can see the kind of owl of wisdom, which is sort of similar to the one on the new staff, but it's actually a it's not a hologram. It has sort of a holographic look to it, but it's not a hologram. But it's more. It actually looks closer to the animation, the original animation version of it, than it does for the original toy, which is quite nice. The figure comprises mostly of G.I. Joe parts and then a few new pieces. So I'll have a look at the figure itself. So his accessory is a whip. As far as I know, this is either the same whip that came with the Indiana Jones figures, or it's the same one that came with the Crocmaster figure from G.I. Joe, just done in silver plastic, which is his traditional weapon that he had in the cartoon as well. He had a whip. Upper legs are from actually I think the whole legs, the entire leg is from the kind of G.I. Joe Snake Eyes that had the kind of spinning, was it kind of a spinning gimmick action? It was one of the more recent Snake Eyes that they did, but he had like I suppose like a ninja kick kind of thing where you twist his body and press a button and it'd spin. They did a Storm Shadow as well with that gimmick. And then his arms, from what I can tell, as far as I know, the arms aren't new either. They're actually from I think the G.I. Joe Retaliation Red Ninja, or at least the lower arms are the same arms that came with kind of more up-to-date Storm Shadow, which was not the Pursuit of Cobra, but the one that came after it, kind of like the 50th anniversary. They reused or reissued him for the 50th anniversary. He was one of the harder to get Storm Shadows. I think the hands are reused from him. But the torso is all new. The waist, torso are all new. The head is also a new head sculpt to look closer to his cartoon counterpart, I'd say, more than his original, which is interesting. The original figure actually has brown hair compared to black, but he had black hair in the cartoon as far as I remember. So if we just get him to stand up there. Still, the helmets are very similar, and the removable helmet is quite nice as well. Now, the one thing that articulation wise that is different between him and a standard G.I. Joe is that he only has a waist swivel, and that's due to the bulk of his the way his chest is created. You can't really get a ab crunch or anything like that into this, but I do hope they do continue this figure line. The Visionaries are bringing back again in this sort of style. It's very nice. It does keep in fitting with G.I. Joe, so if I just bring in, this is the Retaliation, or Rise of Cobra Scarlet. You can see that he's about the same height as her. And just for another comparison, I have Admiral Ackbar from the Star Wars Force Awakens. So they're quite, they're all pretty much in scale with each other. The one other accessory he does come with, which is kind of interesting, is this. This is another throwback from the Rise of Cobra time. It's one of the dog tags from Rise of Cobra as the display stand. What's interesting about it, and I don't know if it's the same on all figures, but on my one, instead of having like a G.I. Joe logo, he actually has the Cobra logo. So maybe he's cross paths with Cobra, or he's become a Cobra agent, but it has his name written on the front, Leoric, which is the name of the character. And he's the leader of the Spectral Knights. So articulation wise, he has double jointed knees, just like a normal G.I. Joe. His ankles are on a ball joint, but because of the shin armor, it kind of hinders the forward movement. His legs are on a ball joint, so you can do splits. They're very tight. He can go forward and back. He can't go back too much because of the solidness of his butt plate. The butt armor goes all the way around, but he can get into a seated position. I would love to see them redo the vehicles as well for this line, if they do go ahead and completely reissue the entire line again. His hands can go out, they're on standard ball joints. Can do 360, but they go up at an angle because of the shoulder armor. He has a single jointed elbow, which can rotate as well, and he has the newer G.I. Joe articulation in the hand, so one set can go up and down, and the other one goes in and out. And then, as I said, he has the removable helmet and the ball jointed head as well, like a standard G.I. Joe. All in all, he's a really cool figure. I do recommend picking him up. Hopefully they might reissue him if they do an entire new Visionaries line, so he won't be hard to get or anything like that. But at the moment, he's not too hard to get on places like eBay. I do recommend picking him up if you're a fan of the Visionaries cartoon. I was a huge fan of Visionaries when I was growing up, so it was one of the main reasons I went for this guy. So there you go, guys. Just a quick video review for Leoric, leader of the Spectral Knights from Visionaries, from the San Diego Comic-Con 2017 Hasbro box set. So hope you enjoyed my video. As I said in my videos, if you like the video, please feel free to click like, please feel free to comment, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. Cheers, guys.